Now, residents of Diepsloot are quite determined to have their voices heard. Today, the community is delivering a memorandum to their local station over the rampant crime within the area. They're on their way right now as we speak, but earlier on this week, some enraged locals had taken matters into their own hands, beating an alleged criminal to death. And they sustained protests in July over high levels of crime in the area. I'm joined by eNCA's reporter Bafedile Moerane at this stage just to catch up with her and find out what are the latest out in Diepsloot. Bafedile, great to have you back. But also we were stationed, I think, just outside the police station, and I stand to be corrected. But also we saw a group of residents, colleague, that were making their way to hand over this memorandum. But all this in continuing to voice their concerns about crime within the community.
Well, certainly, Tumelo, at this point in time, the march is now currently underway as we're seeing a number of community members, in particular led by Sanco in the area. And we've also seen the provincial Sanco descending down in solidarity with the residents here. They are now marching to the local police station as we're expecting a representative from the presidency to come and receive the memorandum. Earlier on, when I engaged the leadership and the organizers of the march, are saying that this is actually part of emphasizing their call to say that please, government, fast track the intervention. We have seen, as you highlighted earlier, that a number of marches being staged in this area. Around June, July, we saw this area descending into chaos as community members took matters into their own hands, having to render displays ungovernable, as they were calling for the president's attention to say that descend down and help us on the issues of crime. Crime is a serious concern for us. And then on Friday last week, we saw community members again having to hand over a memorandum to the provincial SAPS, where they were mostly particularly to say that in 7 days they want a full deployment of Amaperete, or the tactical response team, in this area. And then on Monday, we saw the mayor of the city of Johannesburg, Abel Kwamanda, having to come down and engage the community members here. The day after that, community members took matters into their own hands, now having to accuse some of, in particular, the foreigners, having to say that they are the ones terrorizing them, putting them under siege. Last week when we were here, the police had confirmed that in a space of about 30 days, it was about 11 matters that were reported. They're saying robbery, murder, rape, among others. It is a serious concern in the area. And the leadership here earlier on having to highlight that in today's memorandum, among others, they want government in particular to tackle social ills in the area. They have also been highlighted as a serious concern, social ills, to say that young people, because of unemployment rate in this area, are resorting to social ills, which include drugs, use of nyaope, among others, teenage pregnancy, which seems to be very high in this area, according to them. And now they're saying that we're calling to the presidency to come with a better intervention to assist us in this challenge that we are having here to Mela. So at this point, the marchers are actually now chanting slogans at one intersection here, just as we are now heading to the police station, where we are expecting them to meet with the representative from the presidency.
I want to just touch on this, Bafedile, because I had a conversation with Brigadier Athlenda Mate about the issues raised in Diepsloot pertaining to crime. Now, she says that the police has constantly been engaging with community leaders. They are present within Diepsloot. They continue to address those issues alongside community members. Yes, there are challenges here and there. If needs be, they might need to, of course, deploy more resources in terms of fighting crime in Diepsloot. But from what residents are saying, is that the case? Do they see more presence of the police? Are they satisfied with those engagements, if indeed they are continuing with the police?
That is one of the main concerns there, Tumelo. Residents here having to say that we do not see the police presence in the area. We want specifically the tactical response team to be deployed permanently. They are saying that following the intervention at some point in about a year ago from the Minister's Office, Bafedile, after descending to the area, there were police that were deployed in the area for about 3 months, and after that, the services were revoked. Then again, crime escalated. So they're saying that they want a permanent deployment of the police in the area to ensure that they tackle this crime head on. They're saying that this is a serious concern. People are being killed every day. Rapes are also increasing at a high speed here in the area. And again, unemployment rate could be one of the factors that are really leading to these social ills. Hence, they are saying that they have now requested the Office of the President to come and receive a memorandum. Those are some of the things they want the President's office to address.
Well, of course, we see that protest still ongoing there, Bafedile Moerane, and as you mentioned a bit earlier on, that law enforcement has also been deployed just to ensure that it is a peaceful protest. This all part of a memorandum of demand that will be handed over to the presidency. This, of course, as you've mentioned, colleague, residents in Diepsloot saying they are fed up with crime. I mean, we saw even how they, at least some of them, took matters into their own hands, allegedly beating an alleged criminal to death. And this is just the levels at which crime now stand. But also, it seems the levels at which the community members themselves are willing to go just to deal with crime themselves. Yes, we know this being illegal, as members of the SAPS are only mandated to deal with criminals. However, of course, we're seeing that march still ongoing, and I suppose those engagements will still be ongoing as they continue to protest there and march and hand over their memorandum. Bafedile, let's leave it there for now, and we'll come back to you, colleague. We know that it will be a couple of hours, if not the day, where this protest march will be ongoing, but the demands are clear. They want crime to stop in Diepsloot. They want more police visibility and crime prevention mechanisms, rather, to be activated and implemented in Diepsloot. That's eNCA reporter Bafedile Moerane.